This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we jump into another Core Set 2020 rank draft, which means it'll be best of one, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can click on the link in the description below on YouTube, the logo on the panel below on Twitch. Either one of those will take you to their website. They'll know I sent you there, and you can find all sorts of great stuff in their store. Of course, Magic-related stuff. Let's jump in here. Ooh, man. This is a strong first pack. So I think Bag of Holding... The thing about Bag of Holding is I've played it once, but it was in sealed and it was great. I've played other people who've played it in other games and it wasn't so great just because it's kind of slow for draft maybe, but it could just be they got it at inopportune times. Then we've also got Rapacious Dragon and Howling Giant, both of whom are really, really good. And then we also have Cloudkin Seer, which is quite good. No, I don't even think Sleep Paralysis is in the conversation in this pack. Mostly because it's not premium removal. I think it's really these three cards that I think you take, all three of them over things that aren't premium removal. Yeah, I like Rapacious Dragon helping us splash. It's also not a 7-drop. I mean, he's a card I like a lot. So is Cloudkin Seer. So is Bag of Holding. Yep, Teamer deck, Garth, is the most elementally one. That's true. Man, this is a hard first pick. I'm kind of leaning towards Rapacious Dragon. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to go. Okay, well, here's a murder. I think we take that. Maybe we'll get 3 again, huh? Yep, we'll take murder. Ember Hauler, Creeping Trailblazer, Leafkin Druid are all good, but they're not murder. Okay, I'm kind of leaning towards Lavakin Brawler here. I like it more than Gorging Vulture, I think. Yeah. The Vanguard's fine. I mean, more than fine, but you have to play red-white to play him, basically. Well, there's also a Boreal Elemental here, which I think maybe I like more than Brawler. Probably not, though. Plus, we already have a red card, so I'll take the Brawler. Okay, Leafkin Druid is good. So is Audacious Thief. Leafkin's probably a better card, but pack one, pick one, murder. I mean, not pack one, pick. Having a murder already kind of makes me want to take the Audacious Thief instead. I don't think Leafkin Druid's that much better than the Thief, so yeah, I'm going to take the Thief. There's another one. I think I probably want it more than Blood Burglar. Yeah, I mean, then, yeah, take another one. Well, we've already got 2 copies of stuff for Pattern Matcher. I think Steadfast Sentry and Mammoth Spider are both solid, but this is colorless, and all we have to do is get a few duplicates, and, then we can play it. Like, I like to have at least, 3 creatures that I have 2 of before I play it, but we've already got 1 of those. And there's not anything really... I mean, we could take one of these, but they're not enough to, pull me away from what we're already doing at all, so we'll take the colorless card. Okay, Sorcerer of the Fang is fine. Epicure Blood, pretty much the same thing. We kind of need 2 drops. Lately, I've been having a hard time getting enough of them, so I think I'll take the 2-drop. Probably Destructive Digger here over another Sorcerer. Okay, so... Bladebrand or Sanitarium Skeleton? Probably just a Skeleton. Where are the 3 murders? Alright, well, we're going to pick up an Undead Servant here. None of these cards make me want to change anything. Okay, we're going to pick up a second one. Overcome is interesting, potentially. I mean, we're not locked into anything at this point. We haven't really seen anything that exciting, frankly. in any color, but Overcome does have the highest ceiling of all this stuff. We do already have Pattern Matcher, so a second Sanitarium Skeleton, probably a good idea. Second Sorcerer, so we can already play Pattern Matcher, assuming our deck's construction remains the same. I guess Anticipate might actually make the main board if we flip to blue. Well, Glenhorn Buccaneer is nice. Yeah, and I think he's nicer than Bone Splinters or Blight Beetle or any of these other things. Yeah, we'll take him. Pirate Time. Well. Undead Servant number 3. Thank you for the follow. Nuke the week. Man, this pack has good stuff in it. Just not for us. Like, Cloud Conceal's nice. Trailblazer's nice. I mean, yeah, for us, it's like Infuriate or Undead Servant number 3. Yeah, red doesn't look super open. You're not wrong. We can definitely consider pivoting if we have to. Kind of leaning towards just taking a Servant because the other options aren't attractive at all. I mean, we could take an off-color card, but while Cloud Conceal is pretty good and Creeping Trailblazer is too, like, you know, we're already pretty deep into black, so. Okay, here we'll take a Chandra's Outrage. I like it more than the Holler or Agonizing Siphon. Really good removal spell. Well, I don't think we're going to be mono black this time, but I think we probably still take a Fenlurker. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's definitely nicer when you're not mono black, so. I'm not a huge Scourger fan. I'm kind of surprised sometimes by how often I see people playing it. I don't think it's bad or anything, but I don't think it's as good as Chandra's Embercat. It's definitely better than Sorcerer of the Fang, though, and it is what I would take if the Embercat weren't here. Okay, so we have 2 Sanitarium Skeletons, which may set us up to be an actual Blood-Soaked Altar deck. This Keldon Raider's nice, Cutthroat's nice, but I think we can make Blood-Soaked Altar work in our deck. And we're going to try. I've seen it work pretty well in these decks. So we could take Fixing to make our mana better. We could take Blight Beetle, which I don't think you really want to main board. I don't really think we're a Scorch Spitter or an Infuriate deck. Sorcerer of the Fang's okay, but I think I will just take Fixing. So Scorch Spitter, Anvil Rot Raptor, or Act of Treason. We do have Blood-Soaked Altar. Act of Treason starts to get interesting if you have enough sacrifice things. And we have Blood-Soaked Altar, and that's it right now. But Bone Splinters or something like that might be nice. I mean, which of these is more... Neither of these is super likely to make the cut, but I guess I'll take Act of Treason because it has more upside, potentially. Alright. I wish... This is where, like, you know, playing best of one is awkward, because you don't really want to mainboard Blight Beetle, basically, ever. All the other guys with protection are at least reasonable in your main board, but even if your opponent's not playing the color, but not so much with Blight Beetle. So we could pick up a Rugged Highlands that might help us splash, or a Vial of Dragonfire, basically. That's what we're looking at. I'll take the Vial. Alright, so are we desperate for 2s? Not as desperate as we've been for... No, not really. So Salvager of Ruin's kind of interesting. Yeah, we'll take it. I don't know if it'll make the cut, but... So Sanitarium Skeleton number 3 makes Blood-Soaked Altar increasingly interesting. Yeah, I'll take a Blade Brand. Okay. Right, Masterful Replication. Not really good enough to splash. I think it's almost there, but I don't think I want to splash it. Probably just Scampering Scorcher here. Also pretty good with Blood-Soaked Altar because of all the bodies it makes. So, yeah. Okay, so we could have a 4th Sanitarium Skeleton, which is maybe a little tempting, but I think Bloodthirsty Aerialist is good enough. That's probably what we want to take. Do we have any way to gain life right now? Just Bloodfell Caves? I mean, it's still pretty good even if you don't. So, I mean, fourth Skeleton's probably pushing it. Audacious Thief's nice. We've already got 2 of those, though. So I think we'd probably just want the Aerialist. Waiting for the server. Okay, so this is interesting. Vampire of the Dire Moon's nice. How good is Goblin Smuggler in our deck? Pretty good. I mean, it's great with Audacious Thief. It's pretty good with Glinthorn Buccaneer. I kind of think we want the Smuggler more than the Vampire. Yeah. I like that she can trade with anything, but... Alright, well here's murder number 2. Boneclad, Necromancer, and Aerialist are nice, but we gotta take murder number 2. Hard not to. Okay, late Soul Salvage, I'll take it. I mean, it's not that late, but pretty late. Cutthroat. Feral Abomination. This doesn't look like a deck where I really want that guy. Here's Undead Servant number 4. That also works pretty well with our Blood-Soaked Altar. I think Reckless Airstrike is maybe like almost main boardable. It's too bad we didn't get Bone Splinters or anything, you know, because that would have been nice with all these Sanitarium Skeletons. Okay, probably don't need Vial of Dragonfire. Do we really want 4 skeletons? We can probably cut 1. And then also cut Salvager of Ruin. So we've got multiple Sanitarium Skeletons, Sorcerers of the Fang, and Audacious Thieves. That's enough for Pattern Matcher, I think. Yeah, Dracoseth is nice, but he has kind of been underwhelming to me. Just because he's... Yeah, I feel like way too often when I play him or against him, I like pay 7 and then my opponent kills it for between 1 and 3 mana or bounces it with Unsummon. Obviously, if you attack with it, you win, but that just doesn't always happen. So, of course, we took Rapacious Dragon, and then we didn't really have anything to splash. But Goblin Smuggler, I mean, Destructive Digger can eat the tokens for card advantage. Oh, we forgot about our 4 Undead Servants. Hold on a second here. I'm glad I checked that. So, probably don't need Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. Kind of hard to cut. But I think it's probably worth it. Yeah, it may be Destructive Diggers on its way out now. We have to cut 3 cards. Yeah, Digger. Maybe Pattern Matcher just isn't good enough now, even though we just did add another card we have duplicates of. Yeah, 2 skeletons probably is enough. You're probably not wrong. I think Pattern Matcher did get better, though, now that we have 4 cards with 2 or more copies. How good is Brawler in this deck? I mean, we do have a Smuggler. We have a few Elementals. So it's good enough, I think. Keep coming back to Pattern Matcher. I just feel like it won't do something I feel like Undead Servant will do something more often than Pattern Matcher will. Yeah. Like, you know, the whole goal of this deck looks to me like it's basically, you know, play a bunch of dudes, go kind of wide, and go crazy with Blood-Soaked Altar. I mean, we can win without it. Just by going wide or, you know, smugglers and stuff, but yeah. All right, I think this will be our deck. Yeah, we don't have, we have 3 elementals, yeah. But that's still enough for Scorcher to be pretty good. Let's see how this thing does. It's a little experimental. You know, I've seen people go off with the legendary artifact we have in our deck. Blood-soaked altar. Is it even legendary? I think it might just be an artifact, but... Alright, I think this is a keeper. I think we actually play Bloodfell Caves first, because we want to be able to play Fenlurker and then Aerialist. Although, this is like the only way we have to pump our Aerialist, but we're being a little greedy if our plan is to not play that on this turn. Good morning, Biceps. Pretty tempting to play our Thief now, just because it can potentially set stuff up, like drawing us a card. The sooner you can get it in play, the better usually, so I think we do play it, as we did. Probably going to play a turn 3 Lavakin Brawler right now, though. That's my guess. Called it. In which case, our plan doesn't really doesn't bear any fruit. So I think we go Aerialist, Skeleton. That's a lot of elementals. Let's hope they don't get Trample or a Goblin Smuggler in play. So we'll chump block. And we'll attack. They did make it so we had an advantageous attack with our Audacious Thief. I don't hate that. Then we go Undead Servant. I think if you just play a format enough, you start to see those things before they happen. I mean, when it's all commons, you know. I've done it a bunch of times. I've seen people do it a bunch of times, so. Woo! That's not good. Yeah, so we're going to kill him, but we're going to take, yeah, a bunch of damage in the process. So I think we go on the defensive now because I think we win in the long run if the board stays looking like this. Man, that is a lot of Ember Cats. Okay. Well, we could probably kill the flyer and start going after them. Thicket Crasher's a little tempting, but... Woo! No, no. Thank you. Yeah, a compilation video of me getting that stuff right would be pretty funny, though. Especially when I get it right and it's something that destroys me. Those are the best. Because I'm like... Cool. Alright, get you back, buddy. Probably should have played a land so that if they kill a skeleton, I could have just gotten it back at the end of their turn, but, you know, whatever. Okay, well now we can just leave up 1,000,000 mana for our Fen Lurker, which makes our defensive position look even better. We can also leave it up for Sorcerer of the Fang, so I think... Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. I think they could have attacked there. They could have if they wanted to. Another pretty good blocker. Oh, does that kill us? I think it might. 15, 19, 26, 30, and we have 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Yeah, we can only prevent 15 damage. Let's see. No, yeah, they're attacking with everything. That explains why they didn't attack. Poo. Okay, well, just in case the math's wrong, I may as well block. Pretty sure it's not, but... yeah. Overcome is such a grown test card. Like, you know, I play it too, but anytime you feel like you're stabilizing and someone's like, overcome, you're like, great. From a lot of years ago, it was overrun. It's not just from a few years ago. It's from like Tempest. So, but it has been reprinted. Mulligan. Oh my god. My undead servants really want to serve me. Okay. Well, I think undead servant goes to the bottom. Man, probably... Probably Brawler, too. Yeah! It's not looking good. Okay. Maybe we have a chance. I mean, you know, we still did Mulligan to 5, but... Well, that was pretty good drawing. If we can get the Thief out there and support it with removal spells, we'll be pretty happy. It's dead, okay. Fair enough. Interesting. They must have either a lot of lands in their hand or just a hand filled with removal to be blade branding that way. Okay, well, let's go after a card in their hand. If they discard a land, I'd say there's a good chance their hand is just filled with it. Yeah, they discard a swamp. I was checking to make sure it didn't have the sneaky wording where you can return things even that get discarded. Of course, it exiled it, so it didn't matter, but... Man... I'm Mulligan. You're not allowed to do that to me when I'm Mulligan. Alright, so... We discarded Chandra's Outrage. We could have cast it in response, but then we lose Murder, and Murder's just better, so... Sanitarium Skeleton's kind of good on this board, all things considered. So, yeah, we'll murder that. They can get it back and all that, but we still take away the Blade Brand, and they have to give up Salvager of Ruin to get it back, and we don't have any cards in our hand, so... The effect won't bother us at all. Okay, I think I attack with my Fenlurker. I can pump it twice, not you. Silly. I was kind of bluffing there, like, because there are a lot of instants that if I draw right now, I would hold on to. So, yeah. So, I think we can attack again, honestly. No, we can't. They have mana untapped, too. Just kidding. Let's play our Undead Serpent. Well, despite mulling to 5, it looks like we're actually in this game, so that's a start. Yeah, we'll just end our turn. We need to draw our altar. That's what we need to do. Ooh. How about that? So we don't have a card to discard to it yet, but we'll have one soon enough. Well, I think we still want to kill this guy. I mean, they're trying to thin out my board. If they have a trick, maybe this is brutal, but nah, they don't. It's not nice. Should I just play my land first and then get back Sanitarium Skeleton? Nah. Yeah, this Feral Abomination is kind of a pain, but I think I can just chump it with Sanitarium Skeleton for a little bit while we go crazy in the air. So this time, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're living the blood-soaked altar dream. Let's hope it's enough. Oh, that's obnoxious. Luckily, this doesn't work with Death Touch. Our opponent might think it does, but the way Heartpiercer Bow is worded, it's the bow that does the damage, not the creature. No, they know that. They do know. Oh, I'm glad it's not in my hand. For a second I thought it was, and I was like... so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go to 9. Well... I can't attack with both my demons this turn. And survive, at least. I should attack with 1. And then... Let's hope they don't have a way to do direct damage to us right now. Okay, good. That's how Sanitarium, Skeleton, and Blood-Soaked Altar are supposed to work, and we did it there. Yep, I mean, it's a combo I had done to me. That's the only reason I mean, I was pretty low on Blood-Soaked Altar. No, you can't do that all at once. The sequencing just doesn't work that way, Marpaletti. So, you discard a card and sacrifice a creature as part of the cost at the same time. So it doesn't work that way. Well, this one's not mono black, but I agree. It is powerful. You might as well play the gain land. I mean, we're going to play our Skeleton next turn. The Skeleton makes Scorched Spitter look real bad. And actually, we're probably just going to play Sorcerer of the Thing now. Use our mana when we can. Okay. Yeah, now we play our Skeleton. Yeah, if you have 2 Skeletons, you can do it. That's true. So, I think Undead Servant here, and then double block with Skeleton and the Undead Servant on the Lavakin Brawler. Then I can play another Undead Servant, which will also make a token. When you're trading this way, you know, assuming they don't use some sort of trick, you aren't really giving up a whole card in either case. Like, it's probably a little more than 1 card to kill their card. So it's not like a 2-for-1 or anything, but it's still pretty good value. Okay, so Undead Servant. Next turn we can start with Blood-Soaked Altar, which might not be a bad plan. Maybe now we need to murder. Probably not. I think we can get away with playing Altar. And we're gonna lose that. Discard that. Are they gonna blow up our altar? I mean, if they do at this point, it doesn't hurt too much. But, you know. Ouch. That's not good. Ah. Interesting. That makes sense, I guess. Well, I kind of think we have to do this. Now we want to hold on to that, don't we? So, play Skeleton. Let's hope they don't have another Frostlinks, huh? Then we're in trouble. Having some more ways to gain life would have been good. Probably gonna have to murder that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be altering this turn. We can though, so maybe we should. But first up, let's murder a Lavakin Brawler. We can attack. Then I think we do... yeah. So, sacrifice... Sorcerer of the Fang? Yeah. We can get the skeleton back at the end of their turn. Yeah, I'm gonna block him. Ah. Wait. But why? He doesn't have trample. That was curious. Almost forgot to bring my skeleton back. Oh, look at that. Okay, well. I think we need to be a little cautious with our attack here again, but especially because they have Cloudkins here and that can block. I think I just attack with one dude here. But then... out there again. Thanks, Blood-Soaked Altar. Having some ways to gain life in this deck would be nice. I mean, there was like an Agonizing Siphon we didn't take because we took something better, but one of those would feel pretty good. Problem with the altar is like, yeah, if you stabilize at low enough life, you're kind of screwed. I mean, I think we can keep this. It's not great, but it's passable. Yeah, we picked it after we already had the cards to make it work, and I think that's the right way to do it. I don't think building around it is smart, usually. Not even close to pack one, pick one. Not remotely close. I don't even think it's worth taking till like the second pack, or as a really late pick, maybe. Just because it's so bad in so many decks. You're gonna smuggle. Where were you on turn one, man? Luckily, our opponent didn't have a fast start, and that may bode well for us. So Audacious Thief has an attack here, and anytime you have an attack with Audacious Thief, I think you feel pretty good. And that's what we're going to do. Then we may play another one and the Skeleton, or we may just play an Undead Servant. I don't know yet. I'm guessing they trade here, which we are happy to do. So I kind of think Thief and another Skeleton might be our best bet here. Yeah. Man, if they have to trade with another Thief here, I don't know what's going on in their hand. Kind of looks like that's what they're going to have to do, though. Could play our Scorcher here and just swing with everything. Let's attack with our Thief first. He's ripping us through our lands, at least, you know? Wow. So there's a chance they have like Bone to Ash here, but I don't think we care too much, especially because we have another Undead Servant. What's in their hand? Do they keep like a... Ah. Well. There's one thing that's in their hand. Man, double blocking there is not a great call. I mean, they don't know I have more of them, but you should kind of assume as much. Like, chump blocking there, I think, would have been more valuable. Okay. We didn't need our altar that time. Our opponent, I think, just had like a horrible hand that they may have accidentally kept or something. I don't know what was going on there. Back-to-back Undead Servant decks. Right, I do think this is another keep. It's slow, it has problems, but It also has a murder. We're on the draw, too. It's got great late game. Just gotta get there. Gotta get to the late game. Well, we have enough mana. Be cool not to draw anymore now. I'm gonna say that, and then we're gonna draw Chandra's Outrage. Yeah, that's not good. We don't really want people out-carding us. Nobody does, right? But I think our deck really doesn't want it. Kind of forgot we had a Rapacious Dragon. Nope, I hadn't drawn it yet. That's why I forgot. Alright, so we're gonna kill Yarok's Wave Crasher. They have to return their creature. It's an interesting design. And that gives us the opening, I think, that we need to make sure this game gets going to the later part. Because now we can go Undead Servant, Rapacious Dragon. Yeah, I think we still play the Rapacious Dragon, I would say. We're not in great position for Blood-Soaked Altar this time. Our opponent may be mono blue, by the way. Yeah, I don't think we play our altar here. I wonder how many more cats they have. So we play our Aerialist and leave up mana for murder. We can actually murder that at the end of the turn thanks to our treasures. I think we probably do. Well, I'm thinking I might go on the offensive here. Play Blood-Soaked Altar and sack something to give myself a big flyer. Doesn't seem terrible right here. Well, kind of does now. We still play it, but I don't think we're going to use it this turn. Nah. We just had to give up too much at that point, and it wasn't worth it. Granted, we do have Soul Salvage, so maybe next turn I do it and then just Soul Salvage the stuff back. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. After an attack, that seems pretty good. Yeah, so... attack for 2, or 5, yeah. Then... discard Mountain. Get back Aerialist and Servant. Replay Aerialist. So we have lethal in the air. Well, now we don't, do we? Got us there, though. That was a sweet turn. The altar's getting it done. Yeah, the best part was we got to hold on to that Goblin Smuggler, which we could use to push through lethal. So... Man. 2 double black cards and... Can we afford... I don't think we can keep this. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. Honestly, I think Soul Salvage goes to the bottom, even though it was just really sweet. Like, it's the kind of card that you really don't want early on in a hand like this. It's just not helping your cause at all. I mean, it would be better to have it than not to have it, but I don't have that option because I mulled, so... Wow, they went down to 5. That's rough in best of 1. Well, Fenlurker's nice. Feels kind of... I mean, we had an opponent do it to us when we mulled earlier. Can't remember if that was this draft or the other one, but... It is pretty nasty. Infuriate. I think it's the second time today we've made someone discard an Infuriate. Okay, so they're clearly an elemental heavy deck. Unfortunately for them, having... I mean, normally that's really good to play, but if you can't add to the board early, things can get ugly, and I think we're going to try to make that happen. There's a chance they have something they can play here that will actually impact the board. And if it's an elemental, yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be big. It's a big elemental. Guess we play our Ember Cat, end our turn. And now they can use this for card advantage, so I think they've basically recovered. Especially if they play another elemental right here. We need a murder right about now. I mean, I take that all day. Give it double strike. Wow, I'm really surprised they did that, gotta say. I mean, they hit me hard and all, but... And yeah, maybe Bloodsoaked Altar will never be good here because of the situation. But this is a race we win. Alright, miss, please. Please don't hit a card. You don't need to. Oh, they hit. Yeah, they're gonna... There's a good chance they have found their way out of this thanks to the sheer size of Thicket Crasher. Well, and really Icon of Ancestry. While for that one turn it was kind of problematic for them, their fortunes pretty quickly shifted. Yeah, I'm just... Bloodsoaked Altar, this is when it's bad. I mean, it's just going to be a dead card, more or less. I mean, I can't do much with it. I think we try to block and kill everything. I mean, I think that's think that's our best bet here. I guess killing the guy with trample is the best idea. So I can do 2 between these two, because I can pump the Fenlurker. I mean 3. And this is 4, and then we'll take 5. There's a chance they just kill us here with the trick, the double strike trick, but I think we gotta accept that fact. Hope they don't have shock. Oh, man. Well, we're not quite dead. Just basically dead. They didn't have the double strike trick. We need murder. Don't I have one of you? No. Darn it. Why are you letting me down, Undead Servant? So they can attack me for 10, and I have 3, 5, 9. Yeah, so I can survive one more turn, assuming they don't have something. Oh my god. Yep, their hand. I mean, they kept a 5-hander, 5-card hand, but with Icon of Ancestry and my inability to put as much pressure on them, it didn't really matter. I think we still survive. Oh, no, we don't. It's actually lethal now, because they added 1 power here and 1 power here. So they can attack me for 12. And I only have 8 toughness to block with. Yeah. That Icon of Ancestry was nasty. Right, reasonable. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Smuggler plus Audacious Thief. That's probably my turn 4 plan now. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna play our Thief. Probably Chandra Ablaze, not Ablaze. The new the mythic rare Chandra Hourglass is up there. Dang, you know, it kind of sucks to have it die. But they also spent 5 mana to kill a 3-drop, so that part I'm happy about. Okay. Well, time to go over you, I guess. Dang. Pretty nasty. Take that. This would be a good Blood-Soaked Altar game, so let's hope we can get it. This game looks like it's going for a while. They do have a ton of mana, though, so maybe they're about to throw a big haymaker here. It wasn't just Rares Mythics. I underestimated Risen Reef like everybody else did. I still don't know if I would put it on the top 10. Being gold, I think...
I'm a pretty great pyromancer.
I don't think it makes it still, but it would have been close. Oh, good. Rabid Bite from the graveyard. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done. We're headed towards done. At any rate. Oh, except they don't have the mana for it.
Fight fire with fire.
They thought that it didn't make you pay the mana. Too bad it didn't get exiled, though. That is too bad. Okay, so I think we have to kill her. That does keep us capable of playing in this game. Nothing else. Like, I can't imagine taking Risen Reef even over Omnath. Like, there's no reason you should do that. Three, four, five. I should have played a land. I don't have any reason to have this treasure anyway, so I'll probably just use it to do 2 to them. Yeah. Get Sorcerer of the Fang go. So they have a great mana sink too, really a better mana sink than we do. Risen Reef is just an uncommon, actually. It doesn't really relevant, though, in terms of what the best bomb is. The rarity doesn't matter. Yeah, so they're going to dig deep into their deck. To find a Mammoth Spider. Kind of annoying. I'm glad I have Goblin Smuggler, though. I mean, while it's good, I don't think it's so good that it like had to be a rare by any stretch. Uh-oh. Okay, we need to draw a murder or die. More or less. That doesn't do anything for us. Alright, they got us. You can't beat Drakuseth if it attacks you in most cases. Even in that board state where we weren't that far behind. So we went 4-3 in that last one, but I think it was interesting to test out the whole Blood-Soaked Altar plan that I've seen a lot of people using, and it did work most of the time. We only had one time where we had it and it sucked. If we'd had it that game, well, it still wouldn't have helped us beat Drakuseth, but it would have been better. So 91 and 69. So let's calculate this real quick. So we got up to 57% today. Getting closer to that 60% where I like to be by the end of most formats. So we'll open our packs. This will be the end of our stream today, and I won't be streaming next week. However, if you're worried about like my YouTube content, it's all scheduled and ready to go. I'm going out of town next week, but my YouTube channel will still have videos when it's supposed to. I just won't be able to stream is really the only thing that's going to be noticeable about me being gone. So let's open our packs, talk about what we'd first picked, and yeah, call it a stream for a couple weeks, unfortunately. I don't know. Probably just the Mastiff. I mean, the Vengeful Warchief is fine, but Mastiff seems pretty good. Now I would take Reclaimer. Nice fixing, gets bigger as the game goes on. Here it's definitely Bloodthirsty Aerialist. It's great. I mean, it's not... You don't even have to build around it for it to be good, and it gets great if you can. Yep, still Aerialist. Probably Unsummon, I guess. I'd be kind of tempted to take Noxious Grasp in best of 3 because this pack's so weak. Man, these have been some duds. I guess Brightwood Tracker. I could even think about Corpse Knight because this pack's so mediocre. Yeah, it doesn't really change things. Reverberation's too hard to build around. I think taking Reverberation, like, if you're already in a deck that has some cheap instants and sorceries is fine. You just don't want to first pick it. Probably Rapacious Dragon here. Opens you up to splashing, decent stats. You know, Overcome is swingy, but not every deck wants it. I'd probably take Sephara now. I mean, she has her problems, costing 7 mana, being the main one. But, you know, if you get her into play and get to attack with her once, she probably wins you the game. It's not as guaranteed as it is with Drakuseth, but at least in her case, she does have some impact on the board the turn she comes down, assuming you have other flyers. So I think it kind of even out. Because if she makes your flyers indestructible and you can suddenly attack with a couple of them, no problem, she's having an impact right away, even if she dies, like, on your opponent's turn. So, yeah, well, thanks for everyone stopping by. I'll be back not next week, but not next week's Thursday, but the Thursday after that, doing some more Core Set 2020. Maybe we'll get up to 60% that week that I return. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Have a nice rest of your weekend.